just beautiful memories of learning how things grew. Like I remember asparagus and Brussels sprouts, like never knowing how these things grew. Like I would have to eat them, but I didn't know where they came from. And the smells in the garden and the dirt, I mean, everything was so vivid. My name is Adrienne Mantegna, and I'm an English teacher at Williston. I live in Northampton, Massachusetts, and I'm actually originally from Haydenville, which is a little town basically right next door to Northampton. My mother was just graduating when she was pregnant with me, and my father was a year older, so he had graduated the year before, and they were high school sweethearts, but not so much. And they had me, and when they were 17 and 18 years old, so they were divorced. They got married because they were forced to. Divorced within a year. So I wasn't even a year old when they were divorced. And my father kind of left my life. He had some drug problems and drinking problems, really significant ones. And as a result, was not in my life for many years. And my mother got remarried and then divorced. So there was never really a stable father figure in my life. My father lives in Connecticut, and I actually, for many years, didn't talk to him. And then he came back into my life a little bit, but then started to drink again. So kind of left my life. And it's kind of been in and out. And then I would say for the past 3.5 years, I haven't spoken with him at all. And just recently, I called him and asked him to meet because I wanted to talk to him about his responsibility and role in he's got 2 daughters because he remarried and has 2 kids, and I don't know them. I really wanted him to know how I felt about that. And I battled with it for a long time because I had so much resentment and anger, and I decided that it was time to just share that with him. And it was probably one of the most revealing, difficult, but rewarding conversations I've had in my life. Williston was offering 4 scholarships. 2 of them were day student scholarships and 2 of them were boarding scholarships, 1 each to a boy and a girl. My mother saw this in the newspaper, the Gazette, the local paper, and she encouraged me to apply. And at that point I was in, must have been the fall of my 8th grade year. And I had never heard of Williston. I mean, I just thought that I was stuck in what we call the jail, because it actually physically looks like a jail, the high school, middle school that I was in. And I thought I was stuck there for the rest of my high school career. So anyway, I went through the application process. I remember I wrote about my mother had to write about a hero, and I wrote about my mother, which is funny. But I didn't think that it was at all a possibility. I come from lower middle class family. Very different than the environment that I thought and found Williston to be. So I just could not picture myself in this environment at all. I mean, it just, even after coming here for the interview, it seemed like the Disneyland of schools. Like, wow, it was just so beautiful and big, and it just didn't seem possible. But I wanted it. It was an academic scholarship, and I got it. And so I was a day student starting that following fall. Last year, my father-in-law, he was diagnosed with kidney disease, and his kidneys were failing, and very quickly. So the family quickly, my husband and his brother and their mother, everyone, and all of my father-in-law's siblings, like everyone was going to get checked to see if they could donate a kidney. I remember I have a type O negative blood, which actually isn't universal donor, but can be. It's being a donor would be possible because of how much I love him and how important he is in my life, because of my real lack of a father figure and what he's represented and what he's brought to me and given me. I felt really strongly that I wanted to get tested, and so I did, and I was a match. November I started getting tested, and then went through the whole process, and it happened in February of 2013. The day before Valentine's Day. My father-in-law is doing better than he ever has done. He looks better than he has in years. And my recovery was literally like, I was out of the hospital in 2 days. and I was back running in less than a month. I was back to my normal life. So in so many ways it was meant to be. And I think of what I tell him is that, this wasn't really my kidney to begin with. I just took care of it for 37 years and then gave it to you because it was meant to be yours. But it was also really bonding and very special for me because not just to see, and it's not really even about me. What I get out of it is this father and this connection with this man who, I loved him before, obviously, and was very connected to him, but there's an incredibly deeper connection now because of this. Williston saved me. Getting the opportunity to come here for high school really gave me a community, and you could say that Williston has been my best friend and been my caretaker as a faculty member, as a teacher here, and as a student 20 years ago.